So, imagine an economy run by literally billions of AI agents, trading, managing, creating value all on their own. It sounds like science fiction, right? But it's coming. The big question is, how do we make sure we can trust them? Today, we're going to dive into EVOLENTITY, which is a proposed blueprint for a new kind of trust infrastructure designed for exactly that world. And this, right here, is the absolute core of the challenge. I mean, think about it. When autonomous agents are handling everything from your personal finances to global supply chains, our old school ways of building trust, through reputation and relationships, they just completely break down. They're way too slow and they just can't work at the scale of billions. We're going to need a whole new system. This slide really shows the huge shift in thinking that's needed. Right now, an AI's reputation is totally siloed. It's almost like a video game character where all your achievements, all your level ups, they're stuck in one game. The second you move to a new game, you're back to level 0. For the future to work, trust has to become a portable asset, a verified history that an AI can carry with it no matter what platform or ecosystem it's in. Okay, so first up, let's really dig into what's called the AI economy's trust gap. This is all about why the internet we have today is just fundamentally not ready for what's about to happen. Billions. Just let that number sink in. That's how many autonomous agents we expect to see transacting in our economy in the next 10 years or so. When you're dealing with a number that big, all the usual trust signals like a company's brand or someone's personal track record, they become almost meaningless. We need a systematic, machine-readable way to know who to trust instantly. This quote just nails the problem of what the source material calls reputational lock-in. So picture an AI trading bot with a perfect 5-year track record on one exchange. Flawless. But the moment it moves to a new exchange, poof, that entire history is gone. It's treated like a complete newbie, a total unknown, and it has to start building its reputation all over again. I mean, that's not just inefficient, it's a total roadblock to having a truly open and competitive AI market. So what's the answer? Well, the idea here isn't to create another layer of control or some new regulation. Nope, it's something pretty different. A Global Trust Observatory. The best way to think of it is as a neutral tool for measurement, not for enforcement. And it's really, really important to get what this system is not. It's not a regulator. It's not a rating agency that gives out stars. It doesn't decide who gets to participate or not, so it's not a gatekeeper. It's simply an informational instrument. Its only job is to make an agent's history and trustworthiness observable to everyone. It just provides objective data. It doesn't pass judgment. And this right here, this is the core philosophy behind the whole thing. Before you can even think about making smart rules for an AI economy, you have to be able to see what's actually going on. You need objective data. Trying to control something without being able to measure it, well, that's just guesswork, isn't it? Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How do you actually build this thing? Well, it all rests on 3 foundational components, or pillars, which are designed to solve this trust problem from the ground up. So the whole system is built on these 3 interconnected pillars. First, you've got the agent passport, which is all about a unique identity. Second is the living reputation container, which is the agent's verifiable history. And third, there's the Global Trust Index, which turns all that history into something economically valuable. So let's break each of those down. Pillar number 1, the agent passport. You can think of this as the bedrock, the foundation for everything else. It gives every single autonomous agent a unique, permanent, cryptographic identity that isn't tied to any one platform. It answers that most basic question: who am I dealing with here? This is what allows for continuity no matter where that agent goes. Okay, next up, pillar 2. And this builds right on top of that identity, the living reputation container. This is basically a secure, portable log of everything the agent does and the results of those actions. It's the verifiable, evidence-based history of its behavior. So while the passport tells you who it is, the container tells you what it's done. And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the Global Trust Index, or GTI. This is where it gets really interesting. The GTI takes all that behavioral evidence from the container and boils it down into a standardized, comparable score. It effectively turns trust into a clear economic signal, answering that last critical question. Okay, given who this agent is and what it's done, what is its trust worth on the open market? So, once you have these 3 pillars working together, you finally unlock the real magic here, making trust portable. Let's talk about what actually becomes possible when an AI's reputation is no longer trapped inside these platform silos. This quote on the screen just says it all, doesn't it? When a single company owns your reputation, it's not real infrastructure. It's just a feature they use to keep you locked into their platform. True infrastructure has to be neutral, it has to be open, and it has to be for everyone. This is about making that leap. And here's what that freedom looks like in practice. An agent can literally pick up its passport and its reputation container, move from platform A over to platform B, and arrive with its entire history, its entire reputation, completely intact. Its trust level is immediately recognizable and verifiable from day one. No more starting from scratch. So how does this all get packaged up and moved around? Well, it's something called a trust artifact. And honestly, the easiest way to think about it is like a universal digital credit report, but for an AI. It's a secure little package that bundles up the agent's identity, its trust score, all the evidence to back up that score, and an expiration date. It's a self-contained, verifiable piece of its reputation. Okay, let's zoom out for a second. What's the bigger picture here? What's the real-world impact of all this? What happens when you can build an entire economy on top of a shared, observable layer of trust? Well, the cool thing is the benefits kind of ripple out and touch pretty much everyone. Governments can start making smarter, data-driven rules for this new economy. Insurers can finally price risk accurately because they have a verified history. Investors can make much more informed decisions. And businesses can hand over critical tasks to AI agents with real, verifiable confidence. It really creates a win-win for everybody involved. And if you remember just one analogy from all of this, please make it this one. What the S&P 500 is for the financial market, a standardized index that gives everyone a shared view of value, the Global Trust Index, or GTI, aims to be for the autonomous economy. It's that same kind of market-level indicator, but for trust. At the end of the day, the really big idea here is that observable trust isn't something that's just going to magically appear. It has to be built. This kind of foundational infrastructure has to be designed and engineered on purpose, with really clear principles right from the very beginning. And that leaves us with a really fascinating, kind of mind-bending question to chew on. In a world where the trustworthiness of an AI is perfectly measured and can be carried anywhere, what new expectations are going to pop up for our own reputations? What does it mean for us when an AI's trust might actually become more verifiable than a human's? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for digging into this with me.